Alright, so for the apologists out there, the issue with it is, the issue with Kyle deciding that all of the POCs, not even all the black folks, but all of the people of color, even the white Brazilian indie, they're all together, is that you know that that's not happening. If you're watching the live feeds, if you're watching what's going on in that house, the reason the leftovers formed is because they are coming to defend Taylor. Because everybody in that house hated the black woman. Everybody hated the darker skinned black woman, the only black woman in that house with 2 black parents.
Jan, you don't have any friends.
They hated her. And when I mean, it was like she wasn't even a human being. The way they treated her, even the other black people. I mean, Terrence called her a hoe on a stroll. They called her every name in the frickin' book. Monty said that Taylor is a terrible representation for black people and black women. She's every negative stereotype about a black woman that you could, she's every single one of them.
Catch me outside, how about that?
And encouraged Daniel to get rid of her because he doesn't want her representing them, black people. Yeah. We didn't forget, Monty.
And
You're in our good graces for the moment, but we ain't forget, and we're not letting that go, because what does that mean? That woman didn't do anything to you. She didn't do anything to anybody. What are you talking about? Let's continue, because we're going to talk about why the whole Cookout 2 premise is ridiculous. We left off with Terrence. Terrence and Daniel were just destroying this woman the entire week that Daniel was on the block. Apparently she's not pretty or important enough to be Miss Michigan.
Well, maybe it's just because you're ugly.
I don't know, apparently. Jasmine, the girl just started facing Taylor. Every single time she's in a room with Taylor, her back is to her, for no reason. For no reason. She refuses to acknowledge that girl. It's upsetting, it's disgusting. Miss, I don't see color, but I'm a black-owned business. Ew.
She was as fake as press-on nails. Hey, baby girl!
Why are you acting like that? Miss Amira, making fun of her and talking about how her mom watches the live feed, so she must be really pissed at her because she's seeing how terrible her daughter is, and making faces at her, or not at her, but like behind her back to everybody else to make them laugh whenever she gets called to the diary room. Like, it was kid shit. Weird things going on. Even her and Jasmine even made fun of Taylor talking about how she feels like she's being mistreated for having darker skin and being a black woman in the house. They're like, Jasmine's black? Oh, we're black? What does she mean? We don't know what that girl's talking about. What? Okay, so now all of the black people are working together, even though they're clearly not. Kyle. Now all the people of color, actually. All the people who are not white, even though he included Indy, a white Brazilian lady. Like, just because you're Brazilian does not mean you're not white. Like, what are you talking about, Kyle? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, you idiot?
It's ridiculous, all right? And it wasn't just the black folks that mistreated Taylor. It was everybody. Like, it was absolutely horrifying to watch. Just to watch them treat her like trash when all she did was try to be nice to them. And then they were gaslighting her into thinking that it was really her who was the problem. And then she got really upset and tried to apologize and make amends for the things that she didn't do. It was very, very hard to watch. That's what you said too, Kyle. You said that was hard to watch. So did you mean it then or do you not mean it? Like, did you not? Like, I'm so confused. Because you jumped out of left field and decided we got to get the blacks out. And Joseph and Indy. Because they're not white. And they're coming for us, even though they're not. Even though, when you were trying to evict Monty last week, who were the people backing you up? Jasmine and Terrence. Well, there were and Indy. So the math isn't mathing, sir. And now you're still on it this week. It's the racism for me. It's the racism for me. When you talk about Monty as if he's some cold-blooded killer.
here's Johnny.
As if he's Stone Cold Steve Austin when you're talking to Michael who's won 5 competitions. And Monty's won 1. He's dangerous. He's so explosive. He's just aggressive, like he's just gonna kill us in the end. What? Why are you saying things like this? Why? It was like when Christmas was talking about she's about to stab me in the face with a fork. What? What are you?
What you did was impulsive, capricious, and melodramatic. But it was also wrong.
Why? Why are you doing this, my guy? Why? And then he wants to beg and plead because they tip him off in the diary room. Oh, don't cancel me. I went back through my Twitter to try and delete everything that was bad. He said this out loud to the cameras. I went back and deleted all the bad things, but I only went back to 2012. Don't cancel me.
Move this man!
Girl, what? Oh, so you know they went back. Like, why are your friends... Listen, you deleted those tweets, so we couldn't find that, but we found your friends saying the N-word to you. Why are your friends comfortable saying the N-word to you on social medias? Or at all? Child, you got the apologists out here.
Leave Benny alone! Please!
Talking like, oh, well, it's not his fault. The cookout. Tell me you don't watch the show without telling me you don't watch the show. You're not watching, the feeds. You're not watching. It's, even Michael and Brittany are like, when Kyle's talking to them, they're like, Brittany had to talk to Kyle the other day because she was like, hey, you probably shouldn't be saying that stuff. It's going to make us all look bad. And her and Michael were they're like, yeah, we're not going with the all white alliance. We can't do that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. And Turner pops up to Turner. Turner hasn't even really been broached because Turner shut him down so quickly. Kyle was trying to put this all white alliance together, and the other whites are like, not today. Don't drag me into your shit. Literally, Brittany's like, so, we can't be associated with that. But then they tried to pull in Terrence. I'm so annoyed. They really were like, well, maybe if we can bring Terrence in or somebody, it'll make it look better. So is the problem how it looks, or is it the racism for me? Like, that's my question. Is it how it looks? Or is it that Kyle is just insane? And I know people are like, well, I mean, they're just going to use it, and I get it, but they're also, like, they're saying things, too. And I just don't understand why. I guess it's just because it's easy, but why is it so easy for people to just use microaggressions against people of color? Like, for white people to just be like, well, I'm not racist, and that's not me, and I don't know. But, like, oh, yeah, as soon as I want to paint a target on your back, I know how to do it. I'm going to play on these emotions from these people because me saying that you're dangerous, and you are a hothead and a wild card, and you are explosive, and you're aggressive, and you can't be trusted. Like, at a certain point, it's like, you either are going to use that as your gameplay and be racist in the moment, or you're not. Like, Michael and Brittany, you're either going to do it with Kyle, and you're not going to play the middle. What you're not going to do is gaslight, or not gaslight, but stoke up Kyle's little racist fire, and use microaggressions against them people as well. And then be like, well, we don't want to look bad, and we can't be a part of this, and we can't be associated with this. And then not tip off the black folks that the whites are trying to get together. Boy, that escalated quickly. Or at least one is. You can't do both. I would respect it more if you just didn't say anything. I mean, or you could say, oh yeah, they're a threat to our game. You know why? Because that's not microaggressive. That's game talk. That's game talk. But Michael talking about Monty's making the women feel uncomfortable. I think he's misogynistic. Never has Monty made the women in the house feel uncomfortable in that way. I mean, I think he was really rude and mean to Taylor in the beginning, but he wasn't making her feel uncomfortable in the way that he was trying to say. And for you to come out of your neck with that for no reason over, because he said the word woman. What? Oh yeah, Brittany, he called me a woman. What?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I've ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
Okay, so now he makes the women in the house feel uncomfortable? Bullshit, Michael. Bullshit. Don't do that. Now that we're on the let's get Monty out train, don't do that. We don't like that.